Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth, I'm a marine biologist and I'm attempting to become a human-sized starfish. So my job is a full-time science communicator, which means I get to do a ton of awesome stuff. One of those awesome stuffs includes going to do science shows and demonstrate the amazing world of science. But to do so with the sea is quite difficult. If you're going to science festivals, you're up on stage, you're not actually near an ocean. I can't bring an ocean with me, unfortunately, as much as I would love to. So I like to come up with awesome and cool ways to share that marine biology energy, share those amazing sea creatures in different ways. And I've done a lot of science shows involving costumes, changing loads of costumes on stage, and these are typically just made out of cardboard and are bad. In a good way. They're deliberately not great. They don't need to be. The idea is just to capture the energy in the room. I am in no way a costume extraordinaire maker, which I think maybe this video will prove. But for a while I've been wanting to boost this up, give this another shot, take this to the next level. And the perfect opportunity has come up. I'm going to the big public engagement conference, which is Science, Technology, Engineering, Maths, Communicator Network Conference, where a load of awesome science communicators in this big network meet up every year, and I've never been before. I managed to get a bursary to go. I'm so excited. I am running a session on how to do videos, and I'm also entering the big demo competition, which everyone brings, well not everyone, as many people want to participate, bring a 3-minute maximum demo to demonstrate in front of everyone and compete for an award. But the important bit is that you get to test out and go for it with a new idea in front of the people that know what a good demo is, which makes me so excited and also quite nervous. And I thought this was the perfect time to try out my new science communication type of demo. Now this is going to be interesting because I am quite nervous about how this is going to go. And don't worry, this is not going to be like a clickbaity, how it's going to go. Obviously I don't know how it's gone now. I'm going to try and get it recorded. It's being recorded for like a hybrid thing. So I'm going to get that and post this at the end of the video. So you'll see how it goes. So stay tuned for that. But I'm nervous because part of what I do, part of my energy, part of my science shows is to kind of push that imagination, that storytelling, that sea life thing. I want people to imagine and be put in the mindset that you are exploring the oceans, even if you're just sitting watching something on stage. And so I go big, I go elaborate, and it goes into that world, I think, of acting, as well as me being like, this is me as a science communicator, this is Marine Mumbles on stage. I have to push my own communication skills to this acting point of view, which is something that is more out of my comfort zone, something I don't have as much experience with, something I find incredibly fun, but something I definitely am nervous to walk towards. I'm like, I really want to do it, I'm gonna go do it, but this is not something that is in my typical wheelhouse, and I'm taking this to the next level by becoming this human starfish. And the idea of the demo is that I am going to be rocking up at the demo competition as if a big starfish has turned up at big. So I will be acting as a starfish, accidentally just doing a science demo. But to be able to pull this off, not only am I going to have to have some great, terrible acting, I am going to have to make myself into the starfish, which is the first part of this video. Do I have any skills at sewing? No. Do I have any skills at costume making? No. Am I an incredible crafter? I am what I call someone who likes to stick things together until they work kind of crafter. And I'm hoping that that is what's going to happen today. So let me walk you through what we've got to work with for now. And then we'll see how it's going. My idea is, and I'd love to see if you had a better idea, a bit useless because I'll be going with this one, is I have got a duvet cover, like a big double duvet cover that I can cut into the shape of a starfish. And it also should come with pillowcases because I only have 4 limbs and my starfish has 5, so I need like an extra one here. So I want to use the pillowcase for this. So I have wire and pliers to cut the pillowcase and make like a thing. Also, just saying, I'm also travelling for this, so I'm based in Scotland. This conference is in Cardiff, which is like, I think I'm like 10 hours on a train to get there. So it's got to travel, so I'm going to see if we can maybe make, how long it takes to make a wire thing here. I then might have to remake it in Cardiff, so we'll see how that goes. I also then have, I have for the back of the starfish, lots of orangey felt. I might also have some other felt lying around, we'll see. And I want to make that to get like the spiny back of a starfish. I'm thinking now that maybe I should have also got white because they have like lots of white spines as well. So I'm going to put the orange on and I might use paint and see if I can paint over it. And if not, I might have to go and get some white felt, or I might use some of these which are left over, but I don't know if they will be left over. I have 500 pom-poms, 500 white pom-poms, because I want to stick them on as front as like tube feet, and then I'm hopefully in the demo I've got like a specific tube feet bit. There are also another couple of things that I want as extra props for the demo. I need to paint some muscles, so I'm going to get some card and I'm going to paint another couple of things and there's also a couple of things I've got to print off just as part of like the act thing that's going on. And because I don't have a sewing machine and I don't want to sit there and I'm also a terrible sewer and sew for ages, I'm going to stick this all on, I hope, with fabric glue, which I have never used before and I have no idea if this is going to work. So come with me on a very hodgepodge journey to become the giant starfish I have always wanted to be. And I think face paint might be included. I think face might have to come in to fashion so that I can hide my face into my costume. But we're going to focus on the costume first and then we'll work up to the full transformation a bit later on. I'm disappearing off to get into comfy, crafty clothes because this is going to get messy. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to work out how on earth do I make myself into a giant starfish. I just started recording a bit. Look, I've already opened my DV cover and I wasn't recording sound. Good job I noticed. Well, we'll start that again. Okay, so I have got changed into some clothes that I don't mind getting fabric painty stuff on. My nice Pixar Pride top, which is really cool. I feel like a Pixar jumper would be like behind the cause of getting into the eye mood. I've put plastic down so if you can hear that, now that the audio's on, if you can hear that, that's just so we can get nice and messy and hopefully we're getting everything. I was just saying I've got this duvet cover, it actually looks pretty orange in the camera, which is nice. It's not as orange as I kind of liked, like that would be a great orange, but turns out duvet covers in bright orange, not that easy to find. Shocking. But what I was also saying as I unwrap this is that the way that my brain works, it doesn't work by like, even if I saw instructions or had instructions on how to do this, not that anyone has ever given instructions how to become a human-sized starfish, I really struggle with like actually seeing it. I have to physically do it and move it around and that kind of stuff, which is always fun. So there's a couple of bits that like I kind of see what I want to do, but I don't know if it's going to work. And there's one bit I don't know how to work out in my brain. So this is what I think, this is what I'm thinking so far. Is that a double duvet cover is obviously bigger than a person and I'm not that tall. So it should, as is tested now, hey, be more than enough to be the size of me. But the bit that I can't work out is the height. So my idea is that you could cut a star shape out of this duvet. And I want to, which could either happen by me like cutting around my body, which is a bit difficult because I don't have anyone to like draw around me. So I could just lay on it and someone could draw around me, it would be great. But I don't know how to get the height. Like I could make a star for the arm and a star for the legs. And that looks like a top of a starfish. Ugh, I don't know. Ugh. I think that might be like exactly the length that I need it to be. Would I even need to cut a starfish shape at the front? Do I just need to cut a head shape here? And then have that as a thing. And then we just cut in down here and to the bottom. And I cut it when it reaches, I put it on. Maybe I could put it on. Okay, I'm gonna get in the duvet cover to test this out. That's the only logical explanation. And you'll see what I mean. Oh God, I can't see anything. It's on the chair. I'm an orange ghost. Orange ghost. So then we do this, and then we fabric glue down here and glue my legs. Right, let's see what that looks like. I'm intrigued. My thought is, oh God, is this inside out now? Literally round, is it? Any pins? I think pins would be useful. What is happening? But if I folded this, fold it in half, then we know this is halfway. And then we hole here for my head. Because like that's more than long enough. Okay, I'm gonna do it. So nervous. Right, this is halfway, so I'm gonna snip where it's halfway. Okay. About this much. Probably just absolutely freaking everyone out that actually knows about sewing. God, look at that for a cut. That's not straight as that. That's gotta be head hole. Hey! Thread one in my eye. Ooh, starfish phase 1 complete. Look, they've even got points for the thing because I don't want my hand showing, do I? So ideally, I just make my star shape from this by folding, like cutting material out here to make it look like this. More of like an army shape. Okay, to about here, like my waist. I need to mark where my waist is. Is pencil gonna show up on this? It's immediately stuck off. I don't think this arm's going to be even, but I don't think a starfish arms are always even either. So what I have realised from the fabric paint is that it takes 2 to 4 hours to dry before you can even move it, and then like a whole 24 hours to like be sure. Which I was going to use the fabric glue for like a load of different bits, but I can't keep taking like I don't have time. Which is great planning on my part to leave it that long. So I'm just going to try this on and see if what I envisioned is kind of working. Oh. That's not. Why is that like... If I just bodge that up, that's like barely an arm on that side. I know. Right, I don't know what I've done. So what I've just done is I've taped where my feet is, I've taped where I want the star to go, I've taped where my hips are, and I'm just going to cut it, I'm just going to glue it, and I'm just going to see what comes out of it. I also realised that I have no idea how I'm going to get in or out of it. So I'm going to cut down here and glue in the extra poppers from the bed sheet, and so I can unpop it and pop it back in. Usually I would say that you would cut the back so that people wouldn't see, but if I'm on my own, I won't be able to pop her into it. Okay, let's start off with just getting rid of the excess stuff. Okay, basically, I don't have a Scooby-Doo what's going on. I do not understand. I think part of it is that there's just so, look at it, there's so much material. It's like everywhere. And now I've cut it up. It's all just like over the place. And I don't really, like, I want to be able to like see if I'm going wrong. If I put fabric glue on it, I'm just going to ruin it. So despite buying fabric glue to try and save me time and effort, and just imagining it was just going to be so easy that I could just cut it out and just put a bit of glue, press it down, leave it for a bit. I am now swapping to hand sewing. I'm not promising I'm going to stick to hand sewing. I'm rubbish at it, but I do have varying shades of orange, so that's useful. And I think the fact that sewing is a bit more forgiving, so I can like sew an arm and I can try it on and see if it looks like the arm, and then I can see, because there's bits of material I still need to cut off and I just can't see it until it's glued, like, and if it's glued I'm having to leave it and then the glue just, like, I've left it a couple of hours and it might move and I've glued in the wrong spot. I don't know, you know what, I'm just saying that I'll give the sewing a go first, because that can be undone, that can be unpicked. I've got TV I can chuck on, I've got some lovely musical soundtracks to listen to. Let's just take a chill, let's just try and get this sewing done, and sure, let's just commit to this taking forever. Why not? Okay, let's have a look. I think that works. (11). many hours later. But I've got this, which does, in all fairness, I suppose, look more starfishy than before. Oh no, I can't even tell what the head top is. Oh god. There we go. I just need a minute. Oh my god. I can't. That's so funny. So next stages are... Oh man. I mean, it's a good job that I never set out to make a great costume, because... So next stages are, I need to cut this and sew poppers on and sew in a pillowcase for other things that I need to do in the demo, and then sew up around here to make it look scraggly, and cut a pillowcase to make the pointy top, and check that when I get in this I'll see what it looks like, because I can't I can't even check to see if this looks any better on. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like a mannequin and it's better on, you know, they exist, right? It's usually you see it great on a mannequin and you're like, this is awful on. So God knows how this is going to go. But I can't test it, because the only way to test it would be to clamber through this. So yeah, but it's 11:20, so I'm going to carry on with this tomorrow, I was supposed to be going rock pooling actually, but I didn't quite finish this as I planned to, so we'll be swapping out seeing real life starfish for this. Good morning and welcome to retail therapy. After last night's attempted start, I am heading to an art shop. I need to grab the rest of some stuff I realised I needed now that I knew the fabric glue wasn't working. I need to get some hot glue stuff and I need to get some other bits and bobs, and I feel like maybe a bit of retail therapy will help motivate me to really go for it, and then we're going to go back and we're going to just crack on for the rest of the day and see how much of this starfish we can get done. I can't tell if I need something for the spines. Ooh, shapes. Grabbed a Hobbycraft bag. I had to put the paper back. The paper was really expensive, and I'm gonna see what I have lying around card-wise first. Maybe I can use some like Amazon boxes or something. If not, I might be back to get that card so I can make my extra props. Try not to remember that this is the most expensive outfit I probably own, but oh well. Let's go make it. Like a really great time to thank our Patreons who help support me and my channel and my weird arty adventures. I'm seeing this as an investment though. Like this, although it is making me into a giant human starfish costume, you know, it's an investment and hopefully a future of this style of art show and all this kind of stuff. So fingers crossed, right? Okay, so this from memory, late last night, this is what we left it at. This took, oh, I don't even want to know how many hours. I've just got changed back into the same clothes yesterday because we are going to be having another just crafty session. So this is what we left it at yesterday. This giant thing, which I have yet to try on. Because I can't. So our first mission of the day is to cut down the front and then sew in a pillowcase, sew up each side and add poppers and sew around this. Then I can try it on and see how on earth, like, I don't know if you could, I don't know if it really puts into perspective just how bad this is. Let me just swap vertical for a second. Sorry, everyone. Right, just imagine this poppered. Wow. What's this bit? Certainly something. I was imagining these were like the roundy bits on a, you know, like starfish have like rounder, like they just look like, it's a poppers. It's not as bad. It's not great. I'm a starfish. Which is difficult to see. I think I have to cut this just a little bit. I don't think the arms are too bad because when I lift them up, I think they look starfishy. He's also, I got no hands, dots, cutting this. Why is this crotch so pronounced? hope. I still have some sort of ludicrous hope in my heart that the felt and the paint will fix this, so that you'll like watch the end and be like, wow, what a journey. Instead, what I think you might be watching is just a descent into, oh my goodness, I can't believe she's going to go on stage with loads of other incredibly talented science communicators looking at how she communicates science in that. But I'm gonna do it anyway. So let's hope it's the former and not the latter, shall we? I thought that the decorating is gonna take the longest part. Who knows when this is gonna get done. It's Friday evening. I leave for big on Tuesday, so my weekend plans might be out the window to make sure I get this done. So then we have the pillowcase. I need to make the arm thing. So I'm gonna like, I think just cut 2 triangles at the top so it sits here, and then cut a face hole out and make a structure out of wire and see if that works. Yeah, I don't know if you know, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god, I just eyeballed this. I didn't measure, because I mean, at what point do we not bother? That's pretty good. That's pretty, look, I need this to stick up. I look like one of those medieval friars that I could have like a little, what are the little guitars called that are lyres? I could have a little lyre. I am a jester. But I need to make the wire now to make this stick up. So my plan is, now the thing with, sorry, when you're looking at myself, I can't take myself seriously in this. As if I'd ever take myself seriously anyway. Or that was the point of this. Problem with the wire is that it needs to get packed in a suitcase. So I haven't got a lot of room in said suitcase. I'm gonna make it, what I think the only way to keep, I think is if I do like an arm loop here and an arm loop here, and then the structure that comes up here. And if I can try and keep it to like circle, circle, triangle, or something along those lines, then I can flat pack it all down and just take the wire with me and like wire it together at the end. But I think maybe, just for context's sake, let's just start with trying to make a structure that works. And I've probably got, hopefully, like, how much feet have I got? That's a lot of wire, right? So hopefully that will like be enough for me to maybe even just make another one if I have to run them down. So let's get making, shall we? I'm not exactly sure, now that I've got into this, how to get out of this. It's caught in my hair. Oh god. Okay. Oh, this is a problem. Is it one of those like, get your t-shirt off like a guy kind of moments? Over the head thing. Yeah. One of the problems is that this crafting wire is just not, I even got like quite a thick one. Well, I thought it was a thick one. It's just so bendy. shapes. Remember when I was like, yeah, we'll just make it so that it's like can fit in the case and be really small. I'm hoping I'll be able to bend it back into shape when I get there. Let's give this another go. I just shortened it slightly and tried to like add a couple of like lines to support it from rolling, to like pull it back almost. But honestly, it's just a pillowcase, but you put it on this wire, and this wire is so flimsy that it's like, my shape just dies under the weight of a pillowcase. It's a pillowcase. Oh my goodness, wire. Like, we're not gonna get much lighter than this. What is this wire used for? Maybe I brought the wrong stuff. It's probably some makey people out there going, oh my god, you should have just brought this and you would be fine. But this is what I got, so this is what we're going with. Oh no, come on. In you get. Way to get it on, just like this. Okay, it's kind of working. It keeps falling forward, and I'm going to be very energetic during this performance, so I don't know how to stop it doing this. So that's our next thing. But we have, in theory, a starfish arm. This is so much more complicated than I thought it would be. See, this is fine. If I like locked my face in, because I'm going to be running around talking like doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doo-doo. Hey everyone. I suppose during the performance I can have these pinned. This is ridiculous, but I'm gonna take it as a win. In that I would hope that someone would think we look at least a little bit star-shaped. So a couple of things have to happen from here before we can get into the really, really good stuff. Can't believe I'm trying to have a serious conversation right now. I need to stitch poppers. Wait a minute. You know the power of the dark side. I have to stitch them off, and I have to stitch them onto here. And then hopefully we'll be able to popper these up like this. And then I also haven't finished the bottom of the legs, so I might mark them off. But then I am into pure decoration. And this is the point at which I hope it saves me. I have all of these bits of felt that I want to do into circles to make little cones to hot glue gun to the back of this. And then I'm going to paint over that. And then I want to paint this, the front, because the starfish is not all orange at the front, it's white. I want to paint this and then pom-pom on with a hot glue gun those 500 pom-poms to the front to make them look like the little feet that it has to move. So that's the order we're going to be doing stuff in, because I can get the hot glue gun stuff done, then we can have like a whole painting session to do painting the back and painting the front, and then do the hot glue gun for pom-pomming. And that should be roughly the costume then done. I also need to work out how to sew in that pillow, which really, thinking about it, should be done earlier rather than later. So maybe I'll think about doing that before we start the felting stuff. But I could always come back to it a bit later and like try and just cover up the sewing part of it. just because I really want to get onto the decorator to see how long it's going to take me, because we're running out of time. So let's go. I have a starfish costume that does that. Hey, we did it! Okay, excuse what I'm sure is inevitable mess behind me. I'm not one of those people that can craft and become tidy. Like, who does that? I just get excited and just chuck everything everywhere. So, the plan with the felt is many circles. Echinoderms, which starfish are, one of their identifying features is that they have kind of spines on their back. It's super obvious in something like an urchin, less obvious in something like a starfish, but the back of the starfish is actually really textured and really spiny. So what I want to do is cut like lots of circles and cut a line in them and hot glue gun them to make like little cones. And I don't really want them to be the kind of same size. I want them to be a bit different. So I'm going to work out a couple of big circles, a couple of smaller circles, hot glue gun them all into cones, and then I'm going to hot glue gun them all on the back. So hopefully the whole thing is like, doesn't have to be covered. Like, I don't need there to be just felt on the back. It can be like a circle, bit of, you know, the original costume material, another circle, like patched in between. But I want it to look like it's going kind of up and down and really getting kind of textured. And then I want to go in and see where I can use paint to emphasize that even more. One of the things I might do is that like a lot of the spines on the starfish species I'm doing, which I've not mentioned yet, Asterias rubin, which is the common starfish in the UK, has got like lots of white patterns. Now I've only got I've got less white than I have orange, because I thought originally I was just going to paint the tops of the tops of the cones white, but I'm worried that might not look amazing or might not work. So I've got some super white ones to kind of do like there's often like a line of white around the inside, which we're going to go with. And then what I don't have, what I might just have to leave out, is the starfish would usually have like a layer of like spines before we get to the tube feet at the bottom. But as you can see from my sewing, I'm not very good at like telling where the edge is, and unless it was on me, and it might change. So you know what, I think that might just be, you know, we're just gonna not put that specific detail in. It's not something I'd have to keep out. I can always go back and add it in the end, I suppose. But oh, that's a horrible sound. But yeah, so let's roll. So many circles to cut. Let's go for it. Okay, that was like the first thing in this whole thing that's gone quicker than I thought it would be. I'm watching Tangled. I am only at the bit where they get to the ugly duckling. That was super quick. Yes, there is a chance we will finish this. Okay, so I split these up into 6 piles. I'm thinking 1 for each arm and 1, starfish with 5 arms, and then 1 for the body. I have spare felt, so I'm imagining that the body might need more, and there might be some gaps and stuff, so I have felt to recut out and add those in. Let's have a look at what we're dealing with. Oh my god, this makes me happy. Okay, I don't think there's a few spots and gaps that we can alter and fill in. There we have the back of our starfish. Wow. Oh yeah, we've definitely missed the almost entire top bit of that. We'll have to make sure we patch that. A few gaps. And we've also got the back of the hood as well. I think it could be either a starfish or a bearded dragon. I think either way. But that's looking more starfishy. Oh my god. Whoa. I think that looks cool. I'm liking it. Definitely, like, as soon as we've got this orange on it though, this looks way less orange. This looks brown now. So it's a good job. I've also got lots of paint and we can go in and start painting these. Hello, welcome to day 997 of making myself into a human-sized starfish. It is taking so long. It is taking so long, but it's fine. We're gonna do it today. We are painting. The costume, it is completely plain on the front. You can tell it's the front, and then we have these folky things on the back. So the first mission today is to get this laid out on the floor and fill in exactly where all the gaps are. I've cut up some more. We've got a few bits of more felt to add in to get them hot glue gunned on. And then I have a ton of paint and we're going to paint the backside. Paint my backside first. We're going to paint the back half of this first. I've got some nice orangey, I've got stuff to make orange paint, red and yellow. And I kind of just want to make it look more like the common starfish Asterios rubens that it is. Get lots of more textures on there. Hopefully it sticks and is fine. We're going to wait for that to dry, then we're going to flip it over. I'm going to paint this side, and then we're going to go and put in the 500 pom-poms on the front. I'm not quite sure how to do that yet. So that is the mission. It's going to happen today. It's going to have to happen today because I'm leaving soon. So let's get started. It is sometime later from that last clip. I might have mildly burnt myself not very nicely with the hot glue gun. The hot glue gun can... Is this overkill? Absolutely. I think basically what happened, and you can skip to the next section, I'll put a time code if you want to ignore injuries, talk. I was trying to work out what happened because I glued the cone and went down and I didn't understand. My brain just couldn't compute how I'd like put down a cone and yet I got burnt on the top of my finger. I was like, what? How did I touch? Like, what happened? But I just stuck down the rest of these because I was like, I just need to do this off camera just so I can full maximum concentration. Not that filming really decreases the concentration. I was just like, I just need to get this done. Just get this done and then we can do painting, just less stress and not going to burn me. And then as I was doing it, I realised that like sometimes sometimes the glue gun drips out at the end, and I think it must have just gone straight out of the gun immediately onto my finger. And tip for anyone doing hot glue gun stuff and gets burnt in the future, my immediate reaction, like this wasn't even like a conscious reaction, it was just a subconscious, like this hurts so much, get it off me, that I just went, and brushed up against it and tried to push the glue off. This was like fire, and it completely just shredded the skin. It was not good. It's not very big. It's kind of like, it's on my knuckle though. It's like the size of the finger on the knuckly bit. It's not great. It's quite painful. I was on the phone to my friend Sarah. I was like, I've had my finger in the water for ages and I'm bored and it hurts. Can we just talk? And we just chatted and we booked musical theatre tickets for when we next see each other. So, you know, all is right in the world really. And I just bandaged it up loads because I wanted to make sure that it doesn't get bashed as I'm doing all the rest of the stuff. Only just it's only a little burn. It doesn't hurt that much anymore, which is fine. It's just a bit more aware of my finger than I would usually. So I'm super glad about that. I was a bit worried it would be really, really painful, but I think I've gotten away with it. So I'm gonna go on to painting now, which seems much more fun, will be much more fun, and less stingy and burny and unpleasant. It'll be lovely and nice and calm and chill, and I'm gonna put my music on and I might listen to, I've put to see Frozen the musical, so I might listen to Frozen the musical soundtrack again, but I have been listening to Frozen the music soundtrack since I first saw it a couple of months ago, quite religiously, quite a lot, almost all the time. That and 6, I saw 2 in one day. And so I'm going back to see Frozen again because I was like, I need this in my life. Well, might need to change that. Oh my god, look, I can peel it off. How satisfying is that? That is so satisfying. Oh my goodness. That was super fun. First of all, absolutely amazing fun. How can it not be super fun when you're this covered in paint? I am caked. You know what? That's both kind of not what I thought it would come out like and what it would come out like. I actually ran out of like white paint and stuff, so that was interesting. So what I'm going to do tomorrow with the car, I kind of forgot I had other props to paint. I'll try and get around it without any white paint. We'll see how that goes. Flipped it over, I first went on and thought, right, I'm just going to paint all this and get this lighter. That's the important bit, is that the underside of the starfish looks lighter. I do want to emphasise the tube feet there. That's the point of the demo, but I'm going to be talking about tube feet so people can imagine it. But as soon as I put it on, and there's just one patch in this whole suit, which is like, luckily, it's quite low down, which is just really, really bright because it's like a whole patch. Because it just went on so clean, and I was like, oh, because it's so much lighter, you can actually start to pull out a bit more shape, whereas I couldn't do that with the orange. And so I was like, right, well, then we're going to go back to painting tube feet on. And so I did it in like this liney pattern, which looks very, is it like Van Gogh-y? Like very Van Gogh, I'm going to be Van Gogh starfish. What my plan tomorrow is, now I'm toying around with two ideas, but I think I'm just going to go with my original idea. My original idea is to stick a pom-pom at the end of each of the tube feet. And I'm hoping that this is just going to make the tube feet like pop out, that you'll be able to see the emphasis of each of them. It will look a bit more 3D. So yeah, so I'm going to, I think, get up tomorrow, just pom-pom it straight away, get the hot glue gun out the way. But it should be easier if I can move it up to the table, less risk of dripping, I think. Do the last final touches on it, and then I have to make the other props practice the demo, which has been running around in my head, but I haven't actually physically like moved it out. Do the risk assessment and stuff for it once I've like got everything locked in, make sure I've got the props done so I know, everything's included in the risk assessment. I need to pack, and I need to do another couple of work bits before I leave. So tomorrow's a long day. It's probably gone 11 o'clock now, so I'm going to head to bed, get cleaned up, and come back tomorrow, and hopefully this will have dried off. High five. It's day. Honestly, like, this is ridiculous. This looks far worse than it probably is. It's just like this because it's right on the tip of my finger, and I don't know how to secure it unless it's all the way down the finger, because otherwise it keeps falling off. I got plasters arriving today, so hopefully it'll be a bit better. I can put like a burn plaster over it. Anyway, day 499 and 700 million years. What am I doing? It is pom-pom time. Okay, 500 pom-poms. Let's go. Right, this is it. It has to be it. I don't have any more time. I've got to make sure it's packed. This is going to be our final get changed walkthrough. Like, whatever this looks like, this is what is going to happen. I'm so nervous. Now, I haven't tried this on at all, not since it got painted. Last time I tried it on was my little test where it didn't look anything painted-y. We've just had to power on ahead, so. Should have put the hat on. I think it's going to be a real funny, hopefully funny 3 minutes. Oh, I think it's holding. how it's looking. I can't see. Ugh, there's so much. It's everywhere. Okay, I have to get this up and see what it looks like. Oh my god. No way! No! That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh my god. No way! That looks so cool! No! Whoa! Wow! Wow! I did not expect it to actually look really cool. Like, I mean, that doesn't look exactly like that is. That's absolutely bananas. I am a starfish. Do I do the face paint or do I leave it? I think. So the plan with the face paint is to do white circles and then orange around it. I think we can blend that in. I think maybe I'll leave the final look until the day. Oh my god. That is madness. I think I did it. I can't believe I actually did it. I could also be like an octopus tentacle person. Yeah, look at this. Oh my goodness. It's the difference between the front and the back that I love, because that's what I want to get across. Oh my god, I actually pulled this off. How on earth? It's only taken me 40,000 years. This is so cool. And like, other than the fact that I need to clip this in, this is pretty. Oh my god, I love this so much. Hello, future Elizabeth here, who has been editing this video. Whoa, what is going on? So I know we are like an hour in and you've been very patiently waiting for the starfish reveal, and I swear we are getting to that in just a few minutes, but I kind of have to explain the craziness that went on at the actual big event. Because there was tech errors and things happened, and I just think it would be much more funny if I told you the story as we went along. So I get to Big. Big is amazing. I'm really having fun at this conference. It's really fun getting to meet a load of cool people. But the day that the big demo competition was so busy for me. I had also pitched to do a session, and I was in sessions back to back all day, like had the practice for the thing at lunch and jumped straight into a session where we were teaching how to do hybrid events, and we got locked out of the actual count that we needed to bring the person in for the hybrid event, and the person with that password was in another like AGM that we couldn't get to. It was like chaos. So I went from a very stressful session trying to figure out how to do this and jumping into that, to immediately running out of that session and having about 15 minutes to get fully costumed up and ready to go out. And part of that, which I'm so grateful for the people that helped organise the demo competition, was because I told them about what I was doing to sort of enter the competition, and they let me go first because I managed to surprise everyone at Big with what it was, because I really wanted it to be like me rocking up as a starfish, and I started the competition off entering into the thing. But with that being really busy, it was one of the very few times I would say I got quite nervous and stressed before something happens. And my friend Hannah, who was an absolute like angel then, like came in and helped me. She said it was quite surprising. She like walked in and was like, oh, Elizabeth, who's usually very like about everything. I was like, I was very stressed. Mainly because what we realised, a couple of things, is that once I put the costume on, I can't do very much because I don't have my hands. And so I was trying to get mic'd up to make sure the competition was going on. I had just chucked on the face paint, which I hadn't tried before. And then everyone was so unbelievably lovely. I had Isla helping me, who actually had worked together on a project for, and Isla kind of helped me with this. And Robin, who was also entering the competition, filmed some of it for me, like at the start, which was so lovely. Like I had such a beautifully lovely supportive team around me for that, which I will forever be grateful for, especially at times when it happens to the best of us. Like sometimes nerves gets the best of us. It hasn't happened since, really. It's clear. I'm glad it happened then. You get used to it. Other thing that I haven't told you about is that I sent a message out to everyone that was going to Big, because I was traveling 10 hours on the train, and I said, does anyone have a skateboard I could borrow? Because in my head, my entrance required a skateboard, and people didn't have a skateboard, but they did have a wheelie trolley. And so I borrowed said wheelie trolley for my entrance. Now, I'm not going to say more than that. I'm about to show you the footage, but the other thing that went on with all this tech thing is that they also had tech problems at the conference. The person that was supposed to be filming it jumped on the hybrid filming instead. The hybrid filming was never recorded, and my own recording on my camera, all the audio, and I know the reason for this, but I don't know how it happened, is that the gain, which is like how much sound goes in, was set to like 1. It was so unbelievably low that even in editing software, if I turn it all the way up, you cannot and barely hear me. So my own footage was also ruined. Luckily, again, Hannah, who sort of stepped in to sort of save the day, also managed to film some vertical video. So we have that, not the full performance, but like 98% of it. Without her, I'm just going to show you the footage because it was chaos. Was telling me all about how awesome Big was, and I wanted to come along and see for myself. So I decided to rock up. But why is everyone focusing on here? This is if you want to make eye spots that are on the top of all of my arms, right? Ooh, what is that? My skin smells a mussel. That is my favourite food. But it's all the way over there. It took so long. If I want to get over here, I need to be able to use seawater, because that's how I move. Is there a sea anywhere here? Is there any seas? Pull seawater into my back through a hole called a sieve plate. It goes down all of my arms into my tube feet, which I'm covered in thousands of them. Now, tube feet are really awesome because they act just a bit like balloons, and I can fill it up with water and control the pressure by squeezing my muscles. And I have thousands of these, so that when I fill it with water, extend the water out, I can move all of them together until they reach, and I stick onto the floor. And then I let out a little bit of glue, I push forward, and I can move all of them, each of the time, my thousand of them, and do this. As I move. And you just find my stomach, and I throw my stomach up out of my body into the tiny gap in the shell. I dissolve it with all the stomach acid that I have, and then I slurp it back up
just like a smoothing. I mean, yum. Well, this is great. You guys have been awesome. I'm going to go back to my rock pool now, and I'm going to tell everyone I've been a big star.
So that was the performance. Honestly, I do struggle to watch it back because I struggle to watch all of my performances back, but sometimes it's good to sort of critically analyse, and I definitely can see areas where it has and will improve. But the best thing about it was the reaction. I had the best reaction from everyone in the audience. And one of the funniest bits, which I didn't even think about was going to be funny, but I wanted to do, like, because I wanted to see the rest of the competition. So I went back out and came back in and just sat there. And so someone took a video of me clapping from the audience and shared it in like the WhatsApp groups of just like, which I love so much. Now, the results. I did not win the demo competition. I came third. I thought that was pretty good. I didn't expect to win it. I wasn't going in to win it. I just wanted the starfish costume to be shown to everyone so I could talk about it. And it absolutely has done that. It has been incredible for networking and for getting cool pictures and just for talking and sharing about it. Like, I'm now known as the starfish person. Like, oh, you're the person that was the starfish. And I'm like, no, not me at all. Like, I missed the demo competition. I genuinely might, to an annoying degree, be holding on to that fact that it wasn't me, it was a starfish. Even when this video comes out, I'm still going to be denying it, right? Wasn't me. But I was so unbelievably pleased because Robin, who just did an amazing demo about a cup and a mug, but about so much more than that, won. And I could not be more proud of them. And I'm going to chuck a link below. Go check out Robin's stuff because they are incredible. They do awesome land, forest, science communication. I'm joking, they're awesome. I really do love the land and the forest, but you know, this is a marine channel, whatever. But I'm so proud of them. And so that sort of draws to the end. This starfish creation, since then it has been used in shows. It has just, oh, the one other thing I have to mention is, so the demo competition finishes and within 10 minutes we need to be out of that building because it's going to be locked. So I finish the demo competition, I get changed, I go to the bathroom and I start to scrub my face with like toilet tissue because that's all I had. Didn't think about getting the face paint off. It doesn't really come off. And we got 10 minutes, so I'm scrubbing my face for like 10 minutes and it's orange. And it's because of the white patches, it's not all orange, it's blotchy orange. And it just looks awful. So then I go to the dinner in the evening and I just have this like slightly orange face. And I have all these lovely pictures with all of my friends and I am just like orange as anything. You cannot wake up the chaos of this video. Maybe it's just me. Or it's the chaos of the starfish. I don't know. That has been the human-sized starfish. If you would like to see more starfish content, of which I'm sure there will be many, please like and subscribe to follow along. And if you would like to support my very arty adventures in the future, please head over to my Patreon where you'll get exclusive content and can help support me and my channel to make very silly videos like this one. Bye everyone, I'll see you in the next video.